Welcome back to Choo Choo Charles. I'm exhausted, but I said I was going to make another episode, and so I must. Oh, that was me almost dying. So, I don't know what happens when I hit this continue button. Maybe the game is just saving all the time, and I go right back to where I started. But I've never done this before, so we'll find out what the continue button does. I remember what I was about to do was explore the southeast corner of the map. So let's see where we are right now. Yes. Okay, so good. It doesn't seem like I've lost anything. So for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, at the beginning of the game, I believe you start around here. And you follow this track over here, and this is your first fork in the road where they tutorialize controlling a fork in the road. However, I stopped my train a little bit too slowly, and I overshot the fork, and I didn't actually switch this one. And so I think there's a bunch of like early game missions down here that I was supposed to see fairly basically at the beginning, and I didn't. So I'm going to go and try to see those now. One of them looks like it might be an upgrade to my weapon, and definitely all the times that I've fought Charles so far, I have been essentially inadequate to, oh no, I'm hearing Charles in the distance. I've been incapable of defeating him, or even making enough of a dent in him. So I think learning if we can upgrade this weapon might make a big difference. And we can see, what sort of the rate of progress is like. That's actually something I've been thinking about in my own project, is what should the rate and extent of progress be? What the? Wait, what? What is happening? Oh, it is Charles. Oh, crap. What? That wasn't what okay, well, I guess we're dealing with this. Where are you? Yep, well, this is just going to be my death, and then we'll start again. Cool. Because, yeah, there's no hope here. All right. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate it. I have lost a scrap now. Hopefully that means that for the next little while, there will be no Charles. Anyway, same place. I have 2 scraps left. I mean, yeah, I might as well spend them, because I don't think I only lose scraps from my inventory. I think if I die and I have no scraps in my inventory, I don't lose any scraps. So emptying my inventory of scraps is probably a good idea. Anyway, like one thing that I've been thinking about is what should the rate and sort of scope of progress be in a game. And of course, I'm not going to give you any like actual information about my project, because we're not giving that kind of thing out. But it's a thing that I have to think about. It's like, when thinking about a character's health, for instance. When a character is brand new, they've got a certain amount of health. How much higher should their health be when they have advanced? Like when they've advanced to like their peak performance. Should they have triple the health? 10 times the health? Double the health? Only half again the health? And what decision you make on that dimension? Oh, it looks like I might need to have a key or something here. What decision you make about that has a huge impact on a lot of different things. Like, combat will be tuned very, very differently if people have widely divergent amounts of health versus if people have very similar amounts of health. How much stamina somebody has really affects the rhythm and pacing of combat. And, so we have to really coordinate really well because, I'm a systems designer. I'm mostly in charge of doing things like deciding how much health people have and how it progresses. But I can't just make that decision on my own because there are moment-to-moment designers who are going to have really strong opinions about, what the pacing of combat should be. And I can't just double the stamina of a character and have them just be like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, they need to know that the stamina is going to double. And so this game makes me think about that a lot because a lot of the math in this game is really straightforward. There's a certain number. It looks like they've placed a certain number of scraps in the world, and they've decided how many scraps it takes to level up your stats by each tier. And so they could just do math to say, oh yeah, there are this many scraps in the map, and so we've just given the player this much room to spend scraps, and this is how much better they get from the 0 point up to the maximum point, and this is how high they need to be to even be capable of fighting Charles, and this is how, much higher than that they can go to account for, lower skill. And so like a game like this where that kind of question is actually like almost solvable, like a math problem, is actually a really good place to start. Like if you're thinking of becoming an independent game, developer or something like that, making a game like Choo Choo Charles, where they're the stats and like what they mean and like how they escalate over time are really solvable. And you could actually write a formula out and say, this is how many there are, this is how high the player needs to get, this is how much they need to spend on each tier in order to make that work. That's a great place to start, because the more complex you go, the harder it is to be sure that you're actually making good decisions, and the more support you need to be able to test out your decisions and try new things and figure out if it's actually working. So this guy, what is going on with his shoulders? It looks like, are those like holes to insert a tab in? Has he been like assembled from pieces? I don't understand.
Look, kid, I know you're supposed to be some fancy pants monster hunter, but you can't earn my respect without making yourself useful.
Okay.
One of Warren's goons dumped a locked chest in the yard last night. After beating on it for a few hours, I didn't break anything but a sweat. I got some lock picks, but I don't know how to use them. Here, take them. If you can get that chest open, you'll earn my respect, and I might just give you some scraps to help improve your train.
I wonder if he's going to give me exactly 43 scraps like the last couple of people have. Or I'm betting they actually just gave me 40, but I keep picking up around 3 scraps in the same area. Okay, so. Oh, it's one of these kind of things. I just got to hit the button. Boink, boink. When it passes through the thingies. Boink, boink, boink. Yay, that's how lockpicks work. And it's a bunch of people with spears fighting a spider train. All right. Daryl, here's your spider train illustration. Wait. Have I gone into each of these cars? I have not. One thing I should consider, like, the next time Charles comes at me, I wonder if I should deliberately go in and, like, spend all of my scraps so that I lose less in the fight. I guess if I don't have enough for a permanent upgrade, that doesn't matter. So Orthaus asks, why does his mouth not move? I think that's just a corner that this team cut. They're like, making mouths move is a big deal. It's a very it takes a lot of skill and time and effort to get it to look good. And I think they were just like, we're a small team, we have a low budget, we want to get this game out, and if we don't do this, it just saves us a ton and lets us, fix bugs instead, that sort of thing. So yeah, I totally support, especially small indie teams, making whatever stylistic choices they need to make to cut costs. That's totally fine.
Well, Fancy Fingers here got the chest unlocked. That's an odd-looking piece of junk you found inside there. Bit of a letdown, to be frank.
Junk? I don't know if I would ever call something made out of paper junk.
You earned my respect, so here's some scraps, like I promised.
Like, the word junk has got some onomatopoeia to it, where you kind of expect it to be something that makes a junk sound when you drop it down on a desk, or something like that. Actually, I guess there are contexts where we use the word junk where it wouldn't make that sound. Or if it does, you've got some kind of problem. But whatever, I won't get into that. Okay, I got 32 scraps. So, I've been upgrading my speed. It doesn't seem to make a huge difference to Charles. Charles still seems to just catch up to me just fine. So I will instead spend this on damage and armor upgrades. And I guess we'll keep going. There's a blue person. Oh, it's a required mission. Ooh, why is it required? Let's go see why this person's mission is so required. Does it give me something other than scrap?
The monster hunter has arrived, I see. This is no ordinary hunt, mind you. We've already tried fighting Charles, but he retreats into the wilderness if he is sufficiently harmed. We believe there may be a way to get Charles to commit to a mortal battle, however.
I have never damaged him enough to get him to do that.
Dispersed around the island are 3 eggs, locked in the island's 3 primary mines.
Sorry. Need a drink. All right.
Our theory is that putting these eggs in the temple at the center of the island will provoke Charles into a fight to the death.
Why?
Unfortunately, the mining company owner, Warren Charles III, has placed armed guards inside each mine to protect the eggs. There's an egg in the mine just down the rail. Here's the key to the mine. I've marked the entrance on your map.
Okay. So, historically, we have either... There it is. We've either gotten killed by Warren's goons or run away from them. We haven't really penetrated a place that they guarded. And so, I don't know how successful I'm likely to be trying to do such a thing. Real quick, though, before we go any further. Yeah, this is the weapon NPC over here. Sir, your house is on fire.
I made a little flamethrower as an addition to my spider train home defense plan, but as you can see, it has slightly backfired.
Okay, I like it.
Nearly cooked myself alive in that shed as I was testing it. Shoot dang. I would love to save the shed, though. If a flamethrower somehow still works after the fire dies down, well, you can take it. I'd assume you're the monster hunter that folks have been expecting, so a weapon like this could come in handy.
So will this be a replacement for my machine gun, or would it be in addition to it? So what do I do about this fire? Find a way to extinguish. Just find a way. Okay. So what happens if I go inside? Ah! Nope. Nope. That's not a thing. All right. Pardon me. All right. So I don't see anything over here. Can I go inside your house, sir? Nope. Okay. What about up this way? Oh, there's some kind of water tower up here. Haha. This guy didn't have the clever idea of destroying his own entire water supply, but I'm willing to do that. There we go. How do you like this, buddy? Let's put out some pots and pans during the rain.
Using the water tank to put out the fire. Pure genius. Woohoo!
Sure.
Here, take old bug spray. Cause of this chaos. I don't want to see it anywhere near here again. Shoot dang.
Okay, let's also see if there's anything in here that I want to purloin. I do. And wait, what's that? Orange paint can be added to my train. Ooh, okay, so orange is my favorite color, so that seems appropriate. So yeah, so the Ploff is pointing out that, of course, the eggs are probably Choo Choo Charles's young. So can I just, like... How do I install this weapon? How do I install this weapon? Oh, there it is. It's on a rack on the wall. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, Ploff pointed out. I assumed I had it in my inventory, not that I would find it already on the train. Okay, so it fires fast, and it slows him down, but its damage and range are low. How does that compare to this? Or do I just select it? Okay, so this one does more damage, has longer range, but it slows him less and fires less quickly. So now I don't know if these stats are like numerically proportional. So like this one does twice as much damage as this one if we assume that these numbers are proportional. But the fire rate of this one is only what, 2/3 more the fire rate of this one? And so this one does twice the damage, but it doesn't fire at half the rate, unless it does and it's just rounding up. So let's keep the bug spray on there, because it might do about the same amount of damage, but slow him down more. And it'll be interesting to see if that changes the way combat goes. Okay. So yeah, I guess we gotta go spelunking. Let's spelunk. So yeah, apparently the eggs are probably Charles's young. It does make me wonder if maybe we're misgendering Charles, as humans often do with animals. Not every animal is easy to sex. Because humans are very good at least identifying what they believe are markers of another human's gender. But animals have completely different markers, and it's very easy for us to just be terrible at it. Okay. So this is the place. This is the mine. And like I said, historically, I've been pretty bad at dealing with Warren's people. Because I'm unarmed. Like, I don't have the ability to fight them. So all I can do is sneak and flee. Those are my options. Ooh, a bunch of scrap. Scrap. I would love to find enough scrap to buy one more permanent upgrade so that I'm not risking very much scrap by going into the mine. I'm not sure how much scrap I have 13 scrap. I think... How much did I need? I think... Was it 10? Or was it like 20 scrap that I needed to unlock the next upgrade? I don't remember now. Mining has been proceeding smoothly, and we're seeing signs of a solid vein already. The tools are still holding up well, and we're finished constructing our shelter. We haven't spent long here, but we're getting settled in and adopting a good rhythm and schedule to our work. Okay, so that said nothing about Charles or everything being terrible here. So I wonder if that means it's really old? Oh, hey, more scrap. Yeah, so before I actually go into the mine, which looks like its door is up there, I want to poke around and just see how much scrap I can collect. Because I think that if I go in there and they kill me, I will lose scrap. And so if I can bank that scrap as train upgrades, I'll be taking a lot less of a risk going in there. So I think I can afford a speed upgrade now. I'm just not sure that if there's a more valuable upgrade that I can afford by finding a little bit more, then I kind of want to try that. Let's just run around a little bit and see. Is there anything I missed? It looks like the answer to that question is probably no. Oh, there we go. Never mind. So Plath points out that comic horror spider trains probably transcend the concept of gender. Possibly so. I don't know. I think that we should probably just have a really long, extended discussion of that throughout this entire stream. I want to look at my orange train. So that the only appropriate title for the video is How to Sex a Train. But I don't think I should do that. Okay, so let's see. What can we get? Okay, I couldn't remember. Okay, yeah, so I've got 16 scraps. So let's raise the speed. That leaves me 3 scraps. And things, I just don't think it's worth, like, well, no, let's do it. I was going to say, I don't think it's worth, like, filling up my train's health because right now, I think I'm going to die in every encounter with Charles, no matter what I do. And so pouring a bunch of scrap into that just feels useless. But we are about to try out a new weapon. It probably does make sense to see how effective it can be. So maybe putting a little bit of extra scrap into that isn't a crazy idea. And certainly, I mean, even if the next fight is a failure, I think I can learn more. Oh, man, I'm fighting a little bit more, and I maybe could have... Oh, whatever. I'd probably learn more from having more health and getting into a more protracted battle with Charles than I would learn from losing scrap just getting killed by Warren's goons inside the mine. So, yeah, let's just put all of our scrap into that. Oh, right, I can't jump in the train. Here. So, the Ploff is saying weird things. The Ploff says, Japan Rail has a national train sexing academy. The graduates of it can successfully determine the sex of trains on site with 99% accuracy. That honestly sounds amazing. I'm surprised there isn't something like that in England where train spotting is a legit hobby like bird watching. Okay, so I don't know what the stealth is like in this game. I don't think I can crouch. I can lean. That's me leaning. Oh, I feel like I'm dancing. Okay, anyway. So I guess that means I can lean around corners and decide when to step out into a room. While mining the farthest tunnel, we broke through a wall into a large cavern. There's something strange here. We don't know what it is. We're requesting that Mr. Warren visit the southern mine site at his earliest convenience to give us further instruction. All right. Okay, so apparently Ploff was making a reference to something called All Japan Chicken Sexing Academy, which is a real thing in Japan. Okay, it just gave me a tutorial for the thing that I'd noticed. And that's why he said Japan, which makes sense. But yeah, like, sexing animals, like birds especially. Like, yeah, there are a lot of birds where the sex differences are just massively visual. And it's just easy for anyone of any species to tell which sex of a given bird you're dealing with. But there's others where they just, for all outward appearances, are identical. And there just isn't a way for a human to tell without, like, giving them a thorough medical rundown. And I think parakeets might be in that category. Ooh. Oh, I've got, like... So did I not have lockpicks before I did that mission with the lockpicks? So I would have just had no idea what to do with this. Oh, yay! Green paint. I would have had no idea what to do with that. I wonder if, from now on, those will only contain paint. Okay, I keep seeing things on the ground. Like, can I pick that up? But I can't. Okay, so here there is nothing. So far, I haven't seen any enemies. I'm assuming that's going to change at some point. Really not loving this giant X on my screen all the time. Maybe I can at least hide it behind me? Or you know what? I'll put it on my train. Oh, is my train icon the same color as my paint job? I think it is. Okay, so if I need to run back to my train, at least I've got the train marked. Right. Is being up high a stealth benefit in this game? I do kind of like some of the simple rules the games come up with for stuff like that. Like, there's this general rule in a lot of stealth games where if you are above the enemy's head, like if your feet are above their head, they cannot see you under any circumstances. And now and then you'll find a game like, say, Starfield, where that's not the rule, and you'll just keep trying things that don't work because you've gotten so used to the idea that that's just how game stealth works. Okay, I can hear the whistling. By the way, how is the audio balance here? Should I be taking it down just slightly?
Hey,
Oh, what the?
get out of here.
What? I thought that was a dead end. Ah! What the heck? Oh gosh. All right. Is he just gonna keep chasing me? Is he gonna chase me forever? With? Oh yes, yes he is. Okay. Well, hey, that is what I used that marker for. Is he still? Oh, freaking heck! Oh gosh. Okay. Well, here is the alternative to stealth that we have. We can get in our train. Thing is, the weapon that we've got doesn't have a lot of range, so I'm just gonna... Oh crap, I'm gonna switch it, and... Okay. I guess I'm gonna leave this weapon where it is, in case this happens to me again. Unfortunately, I cannot pick up the weapon that this person was carrying. So, Ranithcord is pointing out that my health actually regenerates pretty steadily. You're right. Whoa. I'm already back up at, like, normal health. Okay, that was less dangerous than I thought, though. Okay, is that Charles? Is Charles about to go fight the train without me on the train? I think this music means that Charles is here. Is Charles going to lose interest when he realizes that I am thoroughly out of his reach? Yeah, I guess so. All right, so, yeah, so what I did was I looked this direction, and I thought, oh yeah, well that's a wall over there. So there's definitely no enemies that direction. I was just like poking around looking this way. But there were absolutely enemies that direction because there was a hole in that wall. So let's be careful. Wait, what is this? I'm hearing berry splashes. Oh, this is one of the eggs. Is anyone else guarding this? Also, I'm not sure where the temple is where I'm supposed to take the eggs. And why it's a temple that I have to take them to. Alright, my phone just buzzed. Let me make sure nothing weird's happening. Alright. Nope, it's just a Stardew Valley update from Calliope. Alright. So I've got the egg now, and it's in my inventory. So I guess now my job is to get it to the temple? Did my mission update? No. Oh, wait. Okay, so I have to get out of the mine, I guess, before the mission updates? That makes sense. Maybe I was going to be chased by a guy, and maybe if you get killed in the mine, the egg resets or something. Or maybe if I get killed, the egg resets generally. Maybe, like, getting the egg to the temple in one piece is, like, a massive part of this. Also, did I already explore this direction? Oh, yeah, dead end. Okay, never mind. Ranithcord pointed out that, yeah, while I was gone, my train didn't lose health or anything, so it's not like Choo Charles attacked the train by itself. I guess he really is after me and not the train. Okay, so I've succeeded at that. But now, do I have a new mission? I don't have a new mission to take it to the temple. This looks like it's probably the temple. And there is another person. over here. So I'm wondering if maybe, yeah, maybe my next step should be further down the tracks, take the left fork. I should stop right before the fork. Meet this person, take the left fork, but then ultimately I'm trying to get to the temple. But yeah, I don't know what happens if Charles gets me. Do I keep the egg? Do I lose the egg? Not sure. How much scrap do I have? 6? Oh, okay, I'm going to hold on to them. And we're going to go forward. Alright, so I'll cross a bridge first and join another track before I hit the fork. Hopefully I won't encounter Charles before then. But we'll see how it goes. Let's switch back to the gun that I wanted to fight Charles with. Well, I can always switch. If he's far away and I want to hit him from far away, I can always switch to the long-range weapon. Like, basically, you want to always equip in any video game. If you think you might be surprised by an enemy, you always want to equip the weapon you want in a surprise scenario. Because if it takes time to switch weapons, you can always, if you're in a non-surprise scenario where you have the upper hand on the enemy, you always have time to switch weapons in that scenario. But if the enemy's going to surprise you, you want to have the weapon in your hand that you want for that scenario. So I'll often walk around equipping a shotgun, for instance, in a shooter. How close are we? We're pretty close. Oh, and this is saying it'll go right. So yeah, good. Glad I'm stopping. Please stop fast enough. Stop. Stop. Whew. All right. So I don't forget, let's flip this guy. But I think there's an NPC down here that we should meet. I'm just poking around, seeing if I'm missing any resources anywhere. Okay, good. So earlier, Plaf did confirm that my audio balance is probably fine. You can probably hear my voice okay, which is good. By the way, I have been noticing that I've been getting more and more of sort of a poppy effect sometimes from my mic. At least I assume it's from my mic. And so I've been considering trying to get a new, like, replacement mic. Because I have put this thing through a lot of use over several years. And it might be worth it to me to give this guy a break. Switch to one that doesn't have audio artifacts in it. Alright, so I'm going to run into some kind of creepy Uncanny Valley person at some point along the way. I've been praying someone from the first evacuation group would just send back another boat, but I guess they all think that George's supply boat is still evacuating people. They're all safe and cozy on the mainland and feel no obligation to make sure everyone else escapes. I know that Charles sinking the boat isn't something anyone would expect, but still, to think I would have left this place by now, it makes me sick. Alright. If everyone here felt that way, that does seem like a pretty straightforward solution to the problem. Find a boat and get everyone off. Hello, sir.
My goodness, the others actually convinced someone to come help us. I'm so glad you came, but I simply cannot stay any longer. This island is too much for my nerves to handle. I've brought all my belongings here so I can leave immediately when a boat arrives. Although now that I think about it, I did forget my journal at home. Could you bring it to me? It's a dangerous journey for sure, but you might manage with that train of yours.
Wait, how far does he want me to go?
I'll give you all the scrap metal I have. Just, please, bring the journal next time you're here.
Okay, how far away are we talking? Over there. Over there. Okay, so... I was thinking of going and talking to this person. But should I do this? I mean, that will eventually send me past here. Either way. Then I'll have to go all the way around again before going to see this person. But, oh, I missed this person anyway. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to have to take another trip through here anyway so that I can take this route, hit this person, and hit this person. So, yeah, I think, you know what? I think I will actually head forward. Okay, so I actually won't go left. I'll go right, and then left immediately afterwards. All right. I was about to say, I assumed his journal was going to be in this building where he, you know, wrote down a note telling a bit of his story, like a journal. That's what I was assuming. But no, his journal is far away, and that's the challenge. So Raneth Court is suggesting that maybe the popping in my mic is from a little bit too much Poppy playtime, referring to a horror game that makes my son screech at the top of his lungs. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the original damage to this mic was done when Milo was a toddler and he screeched at the top of his lungs as we were starting up, like, Battle Block Theater. That was a long time ago. I don't remember when I bought this mic. That might be too long ago. Oh, crap. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. I was going to switch this. I can't tell. Okay, it sounds like his voice is coming from the left slightly. Which makes me think that maybe going... I'm sorry, from the right slightly. So maybe going right is a bad move. But I actually am curious what happens to my inventory items when I'm killed. So maybe it's fine if I go this way. How much scrap do I have, by the way? 12. Just enough to not do anything. Oh, wait. We want to make sure we're going left. Left is right, right? Right. Left is right. Yes. Okay. Yes, I realize the English language is insane. Oh, wait. What? Oh, crap. Okay. Get fired. Oh, hey. When a weapon runs out, can I switch weapons? And have that work? Well, define work. All right. Lost 3 of those scraps. Where am I? Here. Okay, I'm on my way to where I was going. What's in my inventory? Still got the egg. Okay, so whatever's going on with me and Charles, I get to keep the egg when he murders me. So Orathaus asked if Undead Labs does tours of the office. I think that for the sake of security, we avoid, unless if somebody has like a really good reason to come over, we avoid telling people where our office is. We have had cases where somebody showed up unannounced and kind of freaked people out. And we don't want to, make that be a regular occurrence. How close am I? Getting there. And so that's part of the challenge is, even though I know you're a cool dude, Orathaus, as a general rule, we try not to noise about where our offices are. For the past 7 days, there have been some strange happenings in the nearby boulder field. Oh, wait a minute. This is... I didn't realize this is the boulder field place. Of course. This is where I fought the ghost. All right. Well, I can do this on foot. Let's just go. Wait, what? What are you? I don't know what this is. Looks like an altar of some kind. Okay, got some scrap. Some more scrap. Where's this guy's journal? Here it is. Okay. Got his... Oh, come on, Charles. Where's my... train again? There it is. Yeah, the soundtrack is pretty good, by the way. That is not an area where they skimped. I mean, unless this is all like, I don't know, copyright free music or something. Okay, interesting that it didn't move the marker. By the way, I'm just guessing that this is the temple. It just looks like a temple from above. I've got no idea if it's actually the temple. So the Plaff says that Yeti mics like mine can actually be pretty resilient. It says that he dropped... okay, it is going left, so we're good. Dropped it on concrete while filming lectures, and it only seemed to just dent the mesh a little bit. Yeah, I have been giving mine pretty hard use just as a mic for a long time now, so I don't know. But maybe the popping is coming from something else. I don't know, but like it's the only thing I can think of. Because I definitely hear, like when I'm editing my videos, I hear that sometimes my voice does weird things, and if it's not the mic, I have no idea what it could be. So I haven't bothered to repair this thing at all. Oh, wait, I can afford a speed increase, but I would love to be able to afford a damage or armor increase. So I'm gonna try. Okay, let's mark this. I'm gonna try to get up to 20 before buying an upgrade. But if Charles shows up, then I'm just gonna go quickly pay for a. Oh, is this the? This is that castle-y place, isn't it? This might be the place where I first encountered humans, like hostile, Warren-y humans. Oh crap! What? Is Charles out there? Okay. So, is this the temple? It might be. But does that mean I have to kill the humans here to get in? It does look like a Mesoamerican temple. So Ranith Court asked if I've heard of the show Phoenix Eden 17. He says it looks weird, but it's up my alley. So if... I'm assuming that you're referencing the fact that I like Scavenger's Reign so much as, like, the reason why I might like a really weird show. That does make me want to check it out if you're recommending it on that basis. Okay, so I'm inclined...
No!
Oh, crap. Okay.
trespassing.
Okay.
No one can hear you screaming out here!
Okay, I'm going to try. Oh, crap. Get out. Try to get back to my train. Back to my train, back to my train, back to my train. Back to my train. And then see if I can murder this man.
Go fast! Beat him.
Yes! I think it was Ranith Cord or... Oh, no, maybe it was somebody else who suggested earlier that I should try that maneuver. So what happens if I'm just away from my train when Charles shows up? Like, but I'm still out in the open. Like, when I was in the mine, it made sense. Oh, crap. It made sense that Charles couldn't find me. But if I'm out here, like, if I'm on the stairs of the temple, is that far enough out of his reach? Wow, okay. Like, if I'm climbing up the temple when he shows up, am I far enough out of his reach that he can't get me? Or can he follow me up here? I mean, he's a big old spider, so that might be impossible. And it actually does make me wonder, like, how do they determine that? Like, did they have to mark up the world's nav mesh in, like, special ways to determine, like, where Charles specifically can and can't go with different places for other characters? All right. Okay, there's the 20th scrap I need. Last time I was here, I only encountered 2 guards. Does that mean that there are only 2 guards? If so, that's great. Yeah, so far I'm not running into anybody else. These guys are really good at detecting me, so... Yeah, so far I haven't found a lot of opportunities to actually use... What? Oh, crap. Okay. I think that means somebody has found me and might chase me all the way back to my train. So I've already got... Whoa, was that me falling down something or getting shot? Okay, is somebody chasing me? I heard that little hay noise. But if I am in danger, first thing I want to do is I want to spend the scrap that I've collected on something fancy, like damage. The Blob says, if only you had some kind of tool that could be used on a lock. Yeah. I guess this must be a fancier lock than the locks I've encountered so far with the lock picks. Okay, I kind of don't want that X on the temple anymore. Actually, well, I should put it on my train, actually, so it's easier for me to find the train when I need to. You know what, though? I think I've only got about 10 minutes left before I have to get out of here. So I was kind of hoping I'd be depositing an egg today. Oh, there's a guy down there. Okay. So if I go around the other way, maybe he won't see me. Maybe I'll do some actual stealth. Wait, was that a guy seeing me? Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, he's totally chasing me. Okay. I don't know why I'm picking things up when I might get killed. All right, I'm gonna run in a big circle back to my train. It's over there. Wait, have I lost him again? See, I'm kind of wondering, like, do I need to defeat these guys to get the key? Or is maybe the key... Maybe the key is just a different mission? Oh, hey. Maybe there's a mission... Oh, crap. There he is. Maybe there is a key mission that I need to get before I can open that door. Okay. He's leaving. Yeah, come back, buddy. Come back. Whoa, how much punishment does this guy take? Holy crap. Okay. 7 scraps. I mean, that might be enough to repair. Let's get back on the road. Okay, so we're going to loop back around. We're going to try to loop back around and bring... What's his name again? Santiago? We're trying to bring Santiago his journal. Wait a minute. Can I go backwards? To go... No, I'm betting that... Yeah, because that's not a switch over there. The fork that I just passed, I can't control what direction I go on that fork. Okay, well, you know what I should probably repair the train with some scrap, because I think I'm probably going kind of slow because the train's so damaged. He is about to, like, if I make it there, if Charles doesn't interrupt me, and I make it all the way to Santiago, then, like, the 7 or however much scrap I've got might add to whatever Santiago gives me to let me buy more upgrades, though. So I'm hesitating to try to spend any. Yeah, so it's interesting. So this repair, using scrap to repair the train, is an interestingly problematic mechanic, because basically I've got one resource that I use for both upgrades and repairs, and it feels like and also it's the resource that I lose when I die, and so it feels like if there was some benefit to me winning fights midway through the game, then it would make sense for me it would be an interesting decision for me to decide, you know, am I going to spend scrap on my repairs, or am I going to save them up for upgrades? But because it feels like there's really only one fight that matters, which is my final fight with Charles, I feel motivated. I assume this is going to have me turn left. Oh, wait, no, I need to remember to have this turn me left. I'm going to be motivated to just not repair my train between fights, because that's just going to be a waste of resources. Like, I'm already going to lose resources when I die anyway. So putting those resources into repairing, like putting 7 scrap into repairing the train and then inevitably being killed by Charles, that's more wasteful than just not repairing the train, letting Charles kill me and losing only 3 scrap. So it's like, it's less efficient. Like every bit of scrap that I waste on repairing the train, when I know my next fight with Charles is going to kill me, it just feels like a waste. So it makes me want to save up literally all of my scrap and only spend it on resources. Sorry, on upgrades. And the only reason for me to ever repair the train is if I want to specifically see what's going to happen in the next fight, like gauge my combat progress, basically. That's kind of the only reason to do it. And so that kind of means that I feel like I'm kind of gaming the system a little bit all the time by not spending the resources where the way that it feels like the game wants me to spend them. So La Coalición has showed up. Hello, La Coalición. Yes, I'm aware that I'm up near the hour mark, and actually, I've only got about 5 minutes before I need to start getting ready to take one of my kids to a extracurricular activity. Oh no. Oh no. Here comes Charles. Oh, there he is. Okay, well, this is not gonna go well. Hey, Charles. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Because you are not in charge of my days, nor my nights. What do you think of that? Well, he thinks I'm delicious, is what he's saying. Roundethcorn says, he seems pretty in charge. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Well, yeah, so it's like, I got eaten by Charles. It didn't have many consequences. And, oh man, there's a part of me that, if I had more time, I would stop and talk to this person. But I really just, I want to resolve the Santiago thing before we quit. So, yeah, so I'll have to skip that conversation. Thing is, so I'm not asking the game to be more punishing. Like, because you can imagine a version of this where I have to repair all the time because the penalty for death is so bad, and you know, maybe I actually do have a chance. Like maybe they've tuned Charles so I actually can drive him off, and it's important that every time I fight Charles, I successfully drive him off. And maybe the standard for that rises over time, and I have to constantly keep pace. So each time I fail because my skill isn't high enough, I'm, you know, slowing my own progress. But then if it's that flexible, then they also have to be careful about how they tune my access to scraps. They might need to give me evergreen sources of scraps so that I can make a lot of mistakes and still come back, or just make the game really punishingly hard and kill me permanently at some point. But it's like, all of those solutions, those are all legit potential solutions to sort of a resource problem like this, but all of them would make this game more time-consuming, more frustrating, and more repetitive to play. So I'm not complaining, because I actually have been enjoying the fact that I've gotten to see more of this game. I've gotten to see more of the clever things that they've done. Because again, this is a game that, at least the way it comes across, it seems like it had a very small budget and very small team, but they did a really good job of making decisions about where they were going to spend their resources and how they were going to spend them, to make the game come together in the ways that matter, in the best way that they could. And I think that's really cool, and I think it's really admirable. And so I don't want to say that they should have tuned the combat to be more punishing and the consequences to be more dire, or, oh, you know what I should have done? Wait, no, that is right. Do I want to go right? I do eventually probably want to go right. Anyway, I don't want to tell them that they should have tuned it to make the consequences more dire, because I've been enjoying the way this has been going. I like the fact that I've gotten to see more of this game and experience more of what they created than I would have if it had been more punishing. If it had been more punishing, I would have done one session and been like, okay, well, I'm obviously not going to get very far in this, but neat, that's Choo Choo Charles. I do that with a lot of games, and I have not done it with this one. I've kept playing because I found it so much more accessible than that.
Thank you so much for bringing my journal. I would hope, for your own good, that you didn't peek inside.
I did not.
But, here are those scraps I promised.
Cool. So Dr. Manhattan says that he actually thinks this game may have been made by a single person. That is not a surprise to me at all. I mean, that is actually another reason why you might skimp on things like lip flap on characters and stuff like that. Like, because, you know, each little part of, like, if you take like a really high production values game like The Last of Us or something like that, every little part of it requires specialized skills. And so if you are a person who's making a game on their own, you have to find ways to cull out the specialized skills that you don't have. And so that could also be an explanation, you know, that this is somebody who's, you know, they can animate characters. They've never done like facial blend shapes before. And they're like, it's not worth it for me to learn how to do facial blend shape animations for this game where it works just as well if I don't. Oh, that's my alarm. So it is about time to take my kids someplace. So let's go. I am one scrap short of getting 2 upgrades. Well, I guess that means we're just going to have to do another episode so that we can spend that scrap. So, yeah, so I'm still playing this. And so I think that the person who made this game made some good choices. If they wanted people to really engage with this game and have the full experience, see the story, get to, eventually defeat Charles, I think they made the right choices about how to tune the difficulty. I think we can see some weirdnesses in the way that the resources work and some ways that the game feels exploitable. But, I prefer that trade-off to the trade-off of making the game really punishing so that the resources and the way you spend them matter more and have more of a payoff, but then the game is just way, way less accessible. So I think these are good choices. It's hard sometimes to look at a thing in a game that feels a little bit problematic or a little bit weird and still call it a good choice. But that's something you have to do all the time as a game designer. There's so many times when I've been looking at a broader situation and there's a solution that I don't love, that is not the way that I would love to make the game, but it actually is the best solution when I weigh in all of the trade-offs and all the alternatives that are actually on the table in front of me. So they've made some choices like that. So, honestly, I did not expect to like this game as much as I do. I expected it to be a novelty, but I'm actually, I'm finding a lot of good here. So I hope you're enjoying it. There's a subscribe button, and here's some links to other videos. I still plan to come back and play more of this game, and that'll go there. So enjoy. And I will go take my kid a place.